The Dhammapada spoken by the Buddha, chapter 25, verses 360 to 382. Beginning from verse 360. It is good to keep the eyes under control. Likewise, it is good to keep the ears under control. It is good to keep the nose under control. Again, similarly, it is good to keep the tongue under control. Verse 361. It is good to keep the flesh under control. Likewise, it is good to keep words and verbal expression under control. It is good to keep the inner being or the soul under control. Again, similarly, it is good to keep all things under control. The bhikkhu, monk or nun, who keeps all things under control is released from distress. Verse 362. The hands kept under control, the feet kept under control, words and verbal expression kept under control, the inner and superior being or the soul kept under control, a man's happiness directed toward the internal, his soul still and placid, solitary, accomplished, and satisfied. That they refer to as a bhikkhu. Verse 363. A monk or nun, a bhikkhu, that is, who keeps his tongue under control, cites witty and sagely proverbs, is tranquil, and explains in vivid details the writings as well as the soul. His words are pleasant to digest. Verse 364. Happy with the doctrine, pleased with the doctrine, and reflecting on the doctrine. The monk or nun, a bhikkhu, who is mindful of the doctrine, does not stray or depart from the doctrine. Verse 365. A man should not look down upon what he has obtained or achieved, and he should not dwell feeling dissatisfied at the affluence or success of human beings. A monk or nun, a bhikkhu, who feels dissatisfied at the affluence or success of people does not attain serenity and poise in his soul when practicing concentration. Verse 366. If a monk or nun, a bhikkhu, does not underestimate his or her achievements, even if his or her achievements are small and hardly significant, the devas, that is the demigods, surely extol him or her, for he or she is holy. He or she lives holy and quite resolved. Verse 367. One who has no close association with any concept or material, who does not sorrow for material things that have no real being, that is here referred to as a bhikkhu. Verse 368. The monk or nun, a bhikkhu, who dwells with abundant friendly feelings, with absolute confidence in the teachings or faith of the Buddha, he or she will arrive at the haven of perfect peace, the contentment of calming the activities of the soul. Verse 369. Monk, nun, empty the canoe, empty the canoe. Empty and free, it will move smoothly and easily for you. Empty and free, it will move smoothly and easily for you. extirpating craving and hatred. Extirpating craving and hatred, you will arrive consequently at nirvana, perfect peace. Verse 370. Extirpate the 5 base shackles. Renounce the 5 shackles that linger. Then go, cultivate the 5 powers. The monk or nun, bhikkhu, who has gone beyond the 5 shackles is described as gone across the overflow, the great overflow of water. Verse 371. Concentrate. Concentrate, monk, nun. Don't be inattentive. Don't be rash. Don't allow your soul to delight in the flesh. You don't want to ingest that rounded metal mass for being inattentive, for being rash. You don't want to be consumed in grief, engulfed in flames, yelling and yelping. This is tragic. This is tragic. This is horrible. This is horrible. Verse 372. Where there is no understanding, there is no concentration. And where there is no concentration, there is no understanding. Once a person has achieved both concentration and understanding, he is practically at the gateway of nirvana, perfect peace. Verse 373. Once a monk or nun, a bhikkhu, has proceeded to a solitary structure, his or her soul tranquil and serene, he or she feels somewhat divine happiness as he or she discovers and observes the ultimate truth. Verse 374. Reflecting and contemplating on the ascent and descent of the various parts and aspects of being, he feels divine happiness and great delight. This is eternal life for the rational among humankind. Verse 375, 376, verses 375 and 376. And thus, in this teaching, a sagely monk or nun, a bhikkhu full of wisdom, holds this principle: keeping watch, restraining and protecting the flesh, general satisfaction in life, proper training and cultivation following the regulations of the community and order. He or she should have decent companions and acquaintances of impeccable character, living holy, sober, and determined. He or she should be kind-hearted and favorable in his or her disposition, and avoid flaws in his or her conduct. Consequently, he or she will be happy and rejoice abundantly, terminating all pain and distress. Verse 377. Just like the jasmine sheds its shriveled, ruined flowers, you should dismiss craving and hatred, monks, nuns, bhikkhus. Verse 378. Physically tranquil and serene, verbally tranquil and serene, his or her soul calm and placid. The bhikkhu, the monk or nun, having freed himself or herself from clinging to material existence, is referred to as placid, tranquil, serene. Verse 379. You should yourself endow yourself with confidence and hope. You should yourself endow yourself with self-control and discipline. Having thus kept yourself from danger and harm, you may rejoice and dwell joyfully as a monk, a nun, a bhikkhu. Verse 380. A man is his own watchman, What watchman could a man have besides himself? A man is his own fate. For this very reason, he should discipline himself precisely the same way a very knowledgeable, sagely trader disciplines his well-bred horse. Verse 381. The monk, nun, or bhikkhu, who feels enormous happiness with absolute confidence in the teachings or faith of the Buddha, he will achieve the haven of perfect peace, the contentment of calming the activities of the soul. Concluding verse 382. If a monk or nun, a bhikkhu, disciplines himself or herself, giving his or her time, energy, and attention to the teachings and doctrines of the Buddha, when still youthful and active, he or she shines and enlightens the earth, all humankind, just like the moon, which penetrates thick clouds and shines forth.